Alright everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for the grand finals of Group A from Season 11. It's all down to this. I'm your host, Little Rugar, and joining me today is none other than Momo7th. How you doing, friend?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so excited and honored to be casting this matchup between two of the top teams in the entire world. Already we're starting off with a chase here. Nightlight's Trickster is actually very good. Oh my god, 4 for 4 on knives there already. Bamboozle coming into play, and another knife lasering Pedro. Okay, we do see our first miss here, but Pedro doing a good job of just breaking this line of sight here. I think Nightlight, I'm pretty sure that window was still bamboozled, but maybe it had just came off. Pedro, though, winning that 50-50, makes it around the entire tile now, wasting a lot of time, playing this exceptionally well. I do think he's going to take the injury now. Yep, first injury coming through. Nightlight already off to a fantastic start in this match.
Better say, one of the things I love watching Nightlight do on Trickster is, and like you said, that laser sight aim. I have not seen many Tricksters, unlike Wasik maybe, that can have that kind of an impact on Trickster. And to be fair, Gladys doing a great job, but again, Bamboozle is just not going to let Gladys do anything here, and that will be first down coming in onto Pedro. The question is, how much gen pressure do these survivors have?
Oh, there's your answer already. First gen comes through. I think that was 100%. Oh, wow. It was not even a double. All three survivors coming together to finish that gen. And I also saw a perk there, friendly competition. That's going to give each of these survivors a 5% boost on the generators they work for, I believe, the next 90 seconds. So that's actually a pretty interesting strategy coming here from Elysium, utilizing that perk, getting rid of that mid-gen, making the map a lot more split, which is going to remove some of the options that Nightlight is going to have to work with. However, Nightlight is just kind of standing around here. He knows that he has a relatively early hook, and he doesn't really have any big reason to leave this just yet with a very fast down. And we're seeing now the 3 split coming through. Swatter, Xeno, and iPick all working separate gens, although Xeno is getting interrupted here. Wow, so many perfect knives coming here from Nightlight. Very nice aim, and there's the injury as well into Xeno.
Better say, this is a really good start. And again, getting that center gen out of the way is probably going to be pretty pivotal to see if Elysium is going to be able to finish the gens here. And Xeno kind of in trouble. However, if you notice some of these collisions, Dead Dog has some rough collision, but they actually get the down over the top of the pallet. And that'll be second hook coming in for this killer. However, it is going to be a fresh hook, and they do get the reset on Pedro in the meantime.
Wow, what a fantastic display of amazing mechanics coming in here from Nightlight. I believe a pain res wasn't used there, however, so it seems as if Nightlight is going to be saving it for later. Either that, or he is simply just not anywhere nearby a pain res hook, which honestly can happen a lot more than you think, even on a map like Dead Dog Saloon. We do see the gen popping pretty much right in Nightlight's face. Let's see if he's able to punish this. The under comes through onto Xeno, and Nightlight just does not really care. Seems as if he's playing mainly for these fresh hooks here, getting those stacks of no way out and getting the pain res usage. We do see now iPick taking the chase around this makeshift 4 lane that we see spawning on Dead Dog Saloon, and he's now running back over to this water tower. Nightlight predicts, however, and unfortunately iPick does not make too much distance. Wow, Nightlight just showing off how good of a killer Trickster can really be. And this is the zone now onto iPick. iPick just deciding, all right, I'm dead, running to the corner, and that is going to be another down for Nightlight. Nightlight with a very dominant performance in chase thus far.
Absolutely. Looks like the survivors are going to be doubling a jet in the meantime. Question is, where is our third survivor? Are they just getting started on another gen? So again, kind of a bit of a tit for tat here. First hook on a survivor, getting, another generator done. So they're 3 for 3 right now. No pain res coming in once again. Definitely probably saving those for the late game, it would seem like, as Trickster once again finding Pedro over here on the generator will chase them off, just harassing them. Actually, they can harass both these generators now, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty, honestly, a very what's the word here, a very optimal situation for Nightlight, because he has a hook pretty much right in between all of his gens, and all the gens are more or less out in the open, although Nightlight still not really wanting to play his gens, just wanting to chase, get his no way out stacks up. And wow, Swatter with a very nice stun here. Nightlight with only 12 knives left. I'm not sure if he's going to want to continue this chase for too much longer, unless he can hit pretty much every knife from here, although he does have that main event. And Swatter is just running to the corner either way. Maybe he doesn't know how many knives Nightlight has, or maybe he just accepts that he's going to die regardless. Is just going to die all the way in the corner, buying as much time as possible. And Elysium is popping another generator here. This is insane to me. They're just playing so well getting a lot of these gens out of the way. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, Elysium's gen pressure is insane. They're about to finish the 5th one. And I imagine we're going to be setting up at the exit gate as we speak, as that 5th gen is about to complete. They've got 1 fresh hook on every single survivor, so they've got a good chunk of their, early points, got 12 points all around just for that. But you've got to get some kills here at some point. I'm curious if that's what their plan is. Oh my goodness, that hits!
And
the adrenaline coming in!
So if you didn't notice there, they actually 99 the gen, not only for his adrenaline, but also in hopes that Nightlight would actually go over to that gen before he continued chasing Xeno. And Nightlight, knowing that the gen was about to pop anyways, decided to chase Xeno over at main, but Xeno, unfortunately for Nightlight, had adrenaline. So that was the worst chase he could have taken out of the 4 survivors going into this endgame. And I don't know if you noticed, but we still have 3 pain res stacks left. So Nightlight, I think, getting a bit unfortunate with his pain res RNG, if I had to guess, in this matchup. Although that no way out is going to give us a lot of extra time in order for us to secure another stage onto Swatter, and then maybe go and find someone else for that 4 fresh 7-stage result, which would be a very nice result going into that our next game, which could be Eternal Survivors trying to match this win condition. And yeah, we do see the progression into the 2nd stage, and Nightlight is going to go hunting for more.
And it looks like they might have even found one, as there is blood on the ground. Is this Nia, or is it going to be Gabriel? Looks like it's Gabriel once again at the main building. They get the unhook onto Ace, and gonna have to see how long they can make this chase last. Again, Trickster is a 115 killer. They've got Bamboozle, and you've got the knives. You got a full stack of knives. In fact, they did get a reload in. And I imagine Xeno will be going down here. You can't take body blocks for this killer. This killer will mow through health states. However, oh my goodness, I might be mistaken. Or they might be giving him more stages than they need.
Main event, though. He's not popping it.
Oh my goodness, holding that corner was so good.
And it's unfortunate now he's chasing Swatter, who is the survivor that's already... Oh, wait, Xeno.
Yeah,
Xeno out in the corner, again. Though. Oh, wow.
Do they have time to activate main?
I think they do.
Nah, just barely expiring.
Probably not main. I think they have enough time to take the 3 out, though, which I think is probably what they're going to do at this point.
You kind of have to, yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say, that was quite a roller coaster, though. It was. Looking like...
I didn't think they would actually get the body blocks off. Usually you do not want to do that against Trickster, but it worked for a little bit, but ultimately Xeno will be hooked here. And like you said, 7 stages is pretty good.
Yeah, that's a very good result, especially considering we didn't even get full value out of our pain res hooks. I was also about to say, Swatter seemed like he was about to take the final down of the match there, which if that would have happened, would have been a pretty big difference. That would have been 6 stages instead of 7, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that is quite a big difference when it comes to a Trickster set, especially when we have 4 fresh hooks. It's going to be very hard to beat.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 2 of set number 1. It is the return of the Trickster, this time piloted by none other than Xeno, and hey, rocking that new fit from the tome.
Very interesting. We do see Bamboozle as well. Both killers opted for Bamboozle. Probably a pretty smart decision on Dead Dog Saloon. And we're going to be seeing Xeno now chasing our Claudette Zaka over here at the main building. Probably not the best place for a first chase if you are Xeno, although, I mean, at the end of the day, it is main building with Bamboozle. So maybe a little bit less powerful. And I think Xeno actually, just opting to not chase this whatsoever, as he knows this could be a very rough chase and would probably result in a couple of gens popping, which he does not want. So he's going to be chasing Spitz over here and trying to mind him around this tile. Is unable to do so. It's probably just make it back to the shack window after he drops his pallet. And we're going to see how this goes.
Absolutely. And again, we mentioned Bamboozle and both these killers. I stand by Bamboozle. Bamboozle is a must. And now, if you're just playing pubs, it's not always necessary because you can outplay a lot of these windows with new 115 Trickster. But against pros like this, that, like you said, main building is absolutely painful without Bamboozle. Yeah, no, Bamboozle every single day. But however, this killer still doesn't have it down. We're still a little bit over halfway through the Corrupt Intervention period. And this killer, I mean, they're a little bit close to main event, but let's face it, I haven't seen a main event be used.
Yeah. And, I mean, Xeno, not as powerful as the start as Nightlight had, but Xeno is a very, very good killer. If there's anyone that can bring back a bad start, it is 100% Xeno. Some tags now into Kexo. 2 more knives, and that will be the injury. Or I think it was actually 3. Unfortunate. Makes around the corner without the hit. Although I think now we're going to be seeing the injury. Surely. The main event is popped.
But I say, I
Oh
think
my
main
God.
event popped a little too late. However,
There we go.
the shoes were able to get them the injury there, as they usually wouldn't be fast enough to round that corner, but they actually, honestly, both killers brought shoes and memento blades, which is an interesting choice, but I mean, it is the ultimate chase.
It is, yeah.
First gen
And
going down.
Kexo is doing a very good job of wasting as much time as possible. Zaka is here for the hit tank. We'll see how effective this ends up being. Xeno missing a lot of point-blank knives, which is not great, and is almost out of knives now. This is so bad. He needs to hit these knives right now. There we go. There's the injury onto Claudette, injury onto Zarina. But Xeno is not as... I don't know. I don't think he's as sharp with his knives as Nightlight is, and is missing a lot of these knives, which is costing him a lot in the long run. Zaka is going to be able to make that window just barely. And Xeno, now knowing that he is out of options, just has to reload and go find another chase. Although, never mind, because Kexo got reset. We can't really afford to chase a full healthy survivor at this point in the game. So Xeno is just going to have to chase Zaka over here at this DDS main building, which is going to take a lot of time off of his hands. If he wants to make something happen, it's going to have to be soon.
It really is. These survivors have played this almost brutally perfect at this point. And again, go back to what you said with the point-blank knives. Point-blank knives are really hard to get the head-on setup as well.
Wow.
Do you think that... It almost looked like Xeno was like prepping to try and go, like, pull the server out, but they got the drop on them.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Xeno is very, how do I say, he's a very experienced player, and watching Zaka run by that locker, maybe he just thought and knows as well that Dan likes to play head-on DDS, so he was about to grab him, but then with the quick reaction time, hopping right out of the locker. Zaka still running this main building, wasting so much time, and is gonna make this vault now, just barely. Xeno vaulting after him is okay, gonna get a clear angle to fill him up with knives. A couple more knives, and we are gonna be seeing the down, but we have 3 generators already completed, and only God knows how much more we have on the way. So Xeno is gonna have to get it down very soon, and that's exactly what we're gonna see. Fakes the pickup, knows that someone is nearby for the pallet save, activates the main event, and does land some knives into Kexo, but I don't know if this is gonna be enough to see an injury, so he's just gonna go back to the slug, but there could really be anyone around here.
Really could be. And again, just using this angle. Oh my goodness, they actually get the last knife tag on the Kexo. However, that means another server could have set up in the meantime, unless they're just doubling gens right now. Don't hear anything, and that will be a hook coming in for this killer. First one of the game, and it looks like it was a pain res, but these 2 gens are over 70%.
Yeah, this is rough.
What do you do here?
I mean, I don't even know, really. We did see the pain resonance come through, but I don't know if that's going to save us from the amount of jump progress that Eternal currently has. We need 7 fresh hooks. Not 7 fresh hooks. 7 hooks for fresh. And that is looking like a very tall task. Xeno is going to have to pull off some snowballing in the endgame here. And Zaka just stunning him and standing right there, showing him that, hey, I mean, this is pretty much over for you. A little bit of BM, but he is going to land it down onto Zaka. And wait, oh, the adrenaline.
They called the adrenaline. They knew it.
Confused at first. I was like, what is Xeno doing?
Great game sense, though, from Xeno to realize, like, hey, Zaka got picked up from adrenaline. It just the animation hadn't picked up yet. So now the question is, can you snowball this? And I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I mean, Eternal is definitely going to have to mess up really badly. And yeah, we do see the FTP coming through, the endgame FTP, knowing that the injuries don't really matter at this point. Just getting the survivors up and out of the gates is what really matters. We are going to be seeing the injury onto Dan, and now Xeno activating the main event. I mean, Dan is a goner, I think. So yeah, Dan is going to die here.
Yep.
And we are going to be seeing the 4-stage game. 1 kill, 4 stages, 2 fresh, which is not, honestly, it's not uncommon for a killer like Trickster, but it is not the win condition we needed. So, Mori, maybe?
I love the end game Moris, okay? Look at that fit. I'm just telling you, that's good drip.
Yeah, you know, I kind of respect it. I do think, that mask is pretty clean.
Yeah, that's the anniversary mask. Again, all right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 3 of set number 2. It is now the Unknown Mirror, Unknown being piloted by Xeno for Elysium on the Blood Lodge. Like I said, this is a bit of an unorthodox map pick.
Yeah, 100%. This is 100% not a map you'd see very often for Unknown. It's a very different type of map as well. You know, this is a pretty big map, lots of pallets. So both survivor teams, I think, are going to have a bit of an edge over the unknown. Zeno already finding a chase here, though, onto Zaka. Zaka very confident running out here in the open. And predicts the shot coming through from Zeno. Zeno, unfortunately, is not going to be able to hit it and just goes straight for the swing. And Zaka, I think, running off with a lot of distance there. That is none other than Smash It. Smash It coming through here from Zaka. And we're already about halfway through our Corrupt. And unfortunately, no sort of weakness just yet. We do now see, bit of a misaim coming in here from Zeno, but the chase is coming through now onto Kexo at this filler pallet, this very open filler pallet. And very nice UVX coming through here from Zeno, giving a quick tag. But Kexo has another pallet right next to it, as is the nature with Blood Lodge. A very nice UVX there, though, is going to give us the injury onto Kexo, and a very, very good usage of the power there. And, ooh, wow.
Yeah, they actually were able to dispel the weakness there, despite the fact that I thought they broke on a side for a bit, but I guess it was just enough. And another great shot, but going straight through them. Now they're able to dispel it once again, dropping the pallet. Here comes the mind games, winning the first mind game. However, teleport coming in. Do they make it for the pallet? No, they don't.
Oh my god. That is so unfortunate for Zeno here. That could have been a down so much earlier, but now we see two gens popping off in the distance and still no down. The vault does come through, and Zeno is finally going to win this 50-50.
Oh.
Wait, bit of an early swing though. Kexo makes it to the Z-wall, wasting even more time. Zeno, there we go, finally getting this down now onto Kexo. Already two gens out of the way though, and Eternal has a very, very good start here on their hands. However, we did say before that this is Blood Lodge, so honestly, not too out of the ordinary. Maybe we could see Elysium pull off a similar start to their game. So nothing too bad for either side just yet. We do see a survivor very early on here, though, going for the save. The early save on the Kexo changes their mind, though. Zaka taking his distance away from the hook now. But I think Zeno is going to manage to get this M1 here. No, never mind. He just goes for the weekend and is going to continue chasing this, knowing that he can't just camp. He has to get some alternative form of pressure. Is just going to continue to chase Zaka and try to get an injury. The stun, though, from Zaka. Very well played.
Yeah, they did a really good job. I'm curious if they're able to get a hit after this teleport, not able to seemingly disappear. This is scratch marks again. Not dispelling the weakness just yet. They do get the M1 right as the weakness gets dispelled, and Zaka's going to be running back towards the middle of the map. They did get a couple of chances to set up some hallucinations across the map, so they can cross-map teleport, but again, you've got to get this chase done ASAP, and Zaka's not giving that another unfortunate bounce off the pallet. And this pallet is actually being played pretty well here. However, they vault over them, and that will be another down coming in. They hear the gen being fired away on. Is there going to be a pain res in time?
I definitely think there will. I don't think they're going to be able to pop a gen in. Oh, wait. Yeah. That gen is a lot more than I thought it was. Oh, my God. But Zeno is revealing another one of his perks here with the agitation. And agitation is going to get us to that hook. 4 spits off of the gen as well. And now we have a perfect next chase into spits right next to the hook. The pallet is already gone as well. So this is fantastic chase to be taking. We are going to be getting the M1 here. Zeno seems insistent on always clicking his M2 before he M1s. I think that is so that the survivor might dodge a little bit into him and maybe lose a bit of distance, and that's exactly what we're going to be seeing. Spitz to get take the M1. Dan is going to get found out next. Zeno is playing this very, very well. Now breaking this pallet. A gen pops off in the distance. I'm assuming that is the shock gen, and Dan is going to be taking the chase. However, now Zeno, realizing that someone is going to be rotating for this pull, cuts off the rotation masterfully, and this person is likely going to progress into the second stage very, very soon. Well played by Zeno.
Yeah, really, really good job leaving the hallucinations back so they can teleport back, wasting just enough time, baiting Tap to run in for the rotation, like you said, and just perfectly playing it. This gen also is a really good spot to be in for the killer, since it's, you know, what we saw was like 95%, and now it's just fully regressing thanks to that pain res. They get a camp to second stage. This is a much better spot. Again, rough start, but they seem to be bringing back the mid game.
Oh yeah, 100%. We are going to be seeing the chase now into Dan. The gen pops off in the distance, and Dan's going to be taking that chase of the game. Does have live to give him some extra distance at that window. The UVX is unfortunately not going to be hitting at the Dan now. Dan continuing his chase over the main building. This pallet is still up, and Zaka is still being left on this hook here. Spitz getting reset in the distance. Most likely just a normal reset which means that Zeno does have himself some time here. Another infection missed though, and these infections are definitely adding up. Or should I say these lack of infections, these lack of weakens. We are seeing Zeno now teleport back towards the hook, trying to secure Zaka to death, but I don't think he's going to be able to, as there are 2 survivors coming here for the save, and I can only assume that Kexo is across the map working on a gen currently. We do see the tag onto Dan, but Spitz runs in for this unhook.
But I say they've got all servers injured now. Going to try and take a body block for them. Going to be getting past them though. The question is Nancy on a gen? Do they finish the gen? Getting the pallets done, giving them a lot of distance. Who do you commit to here?
This is a very rough situation. You do have everyone injured though, so I mean maybe you can just go to the gen and interrupt Kexo. I'm not sure that this chase onto Spitz is going to be too opportune of a moment to be chasing this, because we do have Shaq, we do have a filler, and I can only assume that Kexo is nearing the generator being completed. So I don't know. I mean, at this point, Zeno has committed a lot of time. He is gonna have to chase it the rest of the time, and yeah, sure enough, there goes the balanced landing. But Zeno, a nice swing, revealing that no one escapes death. And now instead going back for more is gonna chase Zaka, gonna try to down him as fast as possible with our Noed, but Zaka does have another filler to use still, and the weekend comes through. I'm not sure how much this is gonna help though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, not to mention, am I crazy or was Zaka the one that was hooked twice?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised they didn't want to go back and hook Spitz. I mean, I guess they wanted a better result, but immediately cleansing the Noed like that.
Wow, this is rough.
Very
rough.
rough.
To see here for Zeno. If we do see the down come through onto Dan, then that would be a very nice. Okay, we're gonna take the M1 into Zaka as well, and Zeno is still not done. He wants more than 6 stages. He is not gonna accept this result, and I think he might also realize that if he does take the hook onto Dan, then there's a very high likelihood that they're going to be able to save him anyways.
True.
So he is trying to just maximize his pressure right now and maybe see if he can get another kill. Yeah, we do see the resets coming through. I would not be surprised if Kexo is 99 already, so they have the resets done. Oh no, never mind. They did not do that.
Surprising.
Either way though. They did 99 spits though. Yeah, they're trying to deny the information from Zeno. They don't want him to know that they're resetting already. And I think that's exactly what they just did. Both survivors getting reset fully. And Zeno is just gonna have to accept that there's a good chance that this survivor is gonna get saved off the hook. We are gonna see the hook now come through all the way in the corner, as far away from as possible from any exit gates. So we'll see if Eternal is gonna try this. And I think that the resets mean they probably are. So yeah, we're in for an exciting endgame here.
Yeah, and they did also dispel an hallucination. They were trying to make sure that this killer has no place to teleport to. They could also just take the out, so you've got a fresh survivor. But yeah, I think you're right. I think Eternal's hungry. We see scratch marks coming in. They want to trade. Obviously, giving Zaka up for this would be huge. Denying the killer full hook stage if you get Zaka to trade.
Yeah, then that would be a 5-stage game. This is I mean, they're definitely gonna get the save. The question is Zeno gonna be able to down someone else after that, or are they just gonna get the 4 out? I think that's the main question. And if he is able to down someone, then I mean, you should hope that it is not Zeno. And yeah, or sorry, not Zaka. And yeah, we are seeing the tag onto Spitz. He's gonna try to down Spitz now, although we have a lot of survivors alive. Zeno is in a tough situation. He needs to try to get the down into Spitz very, very soon. Sorry, this isn't Spitz. This is Kexo. My apologies. He is chasing Kexo, and the survivors are crowding him like vultures, trying to prevent him from getting the down onto Kexo. Kexo will probably get his weekend off very soon. The tag comes through onto Zaka, though. Very free injury. And honestly, this is not a bad situation for Zeno here.
True. I'm curious, do they have FTP at all? It looks like it's Ace that has the FTP. I was like, you heal your FTP survivor, get them behind there, but Ace would be worth the well yeah, no, Kexo's worst case scenario for them.
They sprint burst and the double tag. This is really, really good for Zeno now. So he's gonna chase Spitz out the gate. He's gonna see them resetting right there as well, unless they stop resetting. The injury onto Spitz, and yeah, this is not looking very possible here for Eternal. I don't think they're gonna be able to save this. I will say, I think this is just the exact same result, as I believe Kexo is a survivor that has also been hooked before.
They haven't. So Kexo's fresh.
Oh, they haven't? Really? Oh,
or maybe they have. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think they have. I think they were the first hook.
Oh, they were? Okay. Yeah, my goodness. My goodness. Okay.
Oh, the bugged Mori. Very nice. What the? What?
There is... This game's fine. It's fine. Alright, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading back in for trial number 4, set number 2. It is the return of the unknown, this time with a melted lollipop weapon. And okay, is this the exact same corruptor intervention we saw previously?
Seems like it, actually. Seems like the exact same gen setup, at least from what I've seen.
Interesting setup, and looks like they find Zeno right off the bat. Playing as Soma, I kind of dig the outfit.
Yeah, I do too. It's pretty powerful. Sending, you know, already off to a good start. Maybe not with the you know, early infection, but definitely with the the outfit.
Oh,
we are seeing Nightlight with a bit of a miss there, but either way, this is still a very early hit. Oh, Zeno running into a bunch of tires and losing a bit of distance there. Is gonna take the next weekend, and Nightlight is gonna continue this chase. Zeno, dying on the pallet, I think. Whoa, wait, never mind. Changes his mind? I have no idea. I think he intended to die on the pallet at first, but he changed his mind since he got the stun. Yeah, you can see the survivor right there playing for it. And Zeno's going to make it to this TNL wall. Nightlight getting the weekend onto Zeno. But Zeno does still have another pallet to play. Wow, very nice patience from Zeno. Knowing that Nightlight is not going to fully commit is just, wow, playing this very well. Has a lot of pallets to use and extending this chase a lot longer than it was looking like it was going to last at first, if I'm going to be honest. But we are seeing now Zeno making it into the main building, taking a weekend for that vault, but is going to continue wrapping the main building. Does have this pallet outside, is going to wrap around the entire thing, and grin out. Wow, with a very nice body block there. Nightlight playing it very smart, just instantly tagging with the M1. And Pedro has kind of been doing nothing for a while now. Just been hovering these chases with this flashlight, but we do see the first gen coming through anyways, and unlucky for Nightlight, does not properly hit Pedro at this pallet, and now he's going to be keeping him on the outside as he wants Pedro exactly at a certain point in the tile, but does not land his infection. Nightlight actually off to a bit of a rough start, all things considered, and we are going to be seeing now. Oh, there we go.
I think their hallucination confused them. They thought that was the survivor that dropped down. Just
yeah, me too.
Not really sure what that was, but like you said, to be fair, survivors have a tough win condition, and they're definitely kind of playing demon mode. However, they do go down, and it's going to be next to that 95% generator.
Wow. I thought Grenout was balanced landing. So wait, did Grenout fake? I think Grenout faked the drop down. I think that's what he just did. He faked dropping down, and Nightlight teleported to the hallucination. That's kind of funny. I can't lie. He kind of like hold them in a way.
Just a bit, yeah. And that is going to be a pain resonance hitting the gen at main building. Also worth noting, they did cleanse. I don't know why they brought Thrill of the Hunt, but that was Thrill of the Hunt they just cleansed.
Maybe it's to make them think he has like the Vow or something. They have to cleanse it. I don't know, because who brings Thrill of the Hunt by itself?
I'm not really sure. Maybe it was a mispick. I'm not really sure, but yeah. Ace coming in for the unhook is not going to be a hook trade right off the bat, but now you have 3 survivors that are injured.
This is rough. And the TP is right there. A bit late, though, on it. I think that, yeah, Swatter does make it to the pallet. Is going to drop it, and Nightlight. Oh, just barely not getting that down as Swatter just got his weekend off. And now, wow, okay, this time Swatter is going to lose the 50-50. And I think that he's not on the pallet.
No.
Oh, but Pedro, it pays off. He was hovering for the flashlight save, and he finally got it. Pedro, that was a massive shift of the game right there, and that might be the reason that Elysium meets this win condition. We have seen a lot of the drivers injured for a while now, which that can only mean one thing. That means that they're cranking gens as we speak. So Nightlight is in a bit of trouble, in my opinion, right now, as Swatter has this bus to play and is playing it pretty well, wasting a lot of time. There's 1 gen, there's 2 gen, and Swatter is still gonna be wrapping this pallet, making it to the next tile. As we know, this is Blood Lodge, and the stun as well. So well played here by Swatter, so well played by Elysium, and Pedro is still hovering with his flashlight, making things difficult for Nightlight. And Swatter is able to get the infection off. This is looking like a masterclass from Elysium if they continue at this rate. We do see now Swatter wrapping this tile, wasting so much time, not vaulting there, continuing this chase, making it hard for Nightlight. And we do now see Pedro is still lurking nearby. I have no idea what he could be planning at this point, but he is still in the area, I'm assuming, for a hit now. And yep, there we go. The hit take does come through. Everyone is still injured. Elysium is just working gens right now. They could not care less about their injuries. And Nightlight, oh my
Again.
god, the miss. Or did he just get off his weekend?
No, he dispelled the weakness once again at the last possible second.
Wow.
Oh, a good enough shot, but again dodging it. Yeah, you said like this is like I said, it's a masterclass from Elysium. But to be fair, it's also something I almost want to call it a Hail Mary kind of survivor offense because everyone's injured. Everyone is going like they have to play this perfectly. But to this point, they have. However, does that have a 3-gen?
It does seem as if he does have a 3-gen. I would not really call this like a 3-gen, honestly, because it's not very strong. Is there someone here?
Don't think so.
But that wasted a lot of time. Nightlight was looking around for a while there, actually.
All right, looks like the resets are going to be coming through now.
Yeah, all 3 reset. So, we do have a bit of a tough win condition from here. We already have 2 fresh hooks. And remember that the win condition is 6 stages. So all that Nightlight has to do here is get 1 more down, pain res, and then get the fresh hook in endgame. Which, that's a lot easier said than done. So
true.
That's his game plan from here. And he's going to have to try his best to accomplish that. Xeno playing a bit aggressively in Nightlight's face is going to be taking the weekend there. And Nightlight is going to try to maybe chase this, force them to unhook. But Xeno is taking his distance around the tile, playing this very, very well. And I think Nightlight is aware that if Xeno is playing this aggressively, that means there has to be someone else in the area ready to go for this unhook. And yeah, sure enough, scratch marks right there. And yeah, I mean, this is an interesting position to be in.
But I say this entire time too, you know that last survivor is going to be working on a generator. They just want to pressure the killer, keep them there, keep him from harassing that last generator. The question is, do you think this is bait? Do you think that they're pretending like they want to get this done and they're just going to let them have the stage?
I don't know if they're going to let him have the stage. I think at this point they are. Yeah, they are. I think Nightlight recognized that and greeted it a little bit early. But now this win condition becomes a bit harder for Elysium here.
True.
As you have to realize now, the problem is if Nightlight gets 1 more fresh hook and camps it all the way to death, actually that would be the tie. Never mind. That wouldn't be the win. But that would still be pretty easy for him to tie it.
True.
And I don't know if that's what they want. But yeah, I mean, Nightlight is just full committing to this. Oh, never mind. He decides to go back to his gens.
And it was adrenaline on Grenouts.
Adrenaline on Grenout. And Noed is up. And all he needs is just 1 more fresh hook. I mean, yeah, they know for sure he has Noed, right? Why would he not bring it? They're going to have to cleanse it as soon as possible. And yeah, Xeno is playing this as if it's an M1 killer. And I mean, honestly, that's kind of what it is.
They cleanse it immediately.
The Noed, though. Oh my god. This is huge here for Elysium. They might have actually been able to do it. The gate here is already 30%. And Swatter is the only injured player. However, Swatter has already been hooked twice. He would not be enough to win the game. And I don't know. I think this is going to be the win for Elysium here, unless there's some sort of massive turn of events. And Pedro has 99 sprint burst. This is so bad for Nightlight now. There is no TP anywhere to be seen around this side of the map. And yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have any choice but to try and maybe get something going with his UVX and maybe some body block onto Pedro. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. But I don't know if it's too possible.
I don't think it is. That's going to be so tough. And yeah, they actually get it. But that's going to be a 4-man escape coming in from Elysium.
Well played from Elysium. Extremely well played game.
All right, and welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 5. It is now Larry's with the shape, with Zaka piloting it. This is not at all what I was expecting. For one, I don't usually see corrupt on Larry's. Usually some killers just opt not to bring it at all in, favor of 3 slowdowns and sloppy. Am I missing something here? Or is corrupt still just hands down the best thing for
I definitely think it is, but you can manage not to bring it on some kill. Like Ghostface, I could see you not bringing it. I think on a killer like Myers, though, I don't want to give up too much of the rest of the build, but you kind of just have to, how do I say this? You kind of just have to bring things that delay the game as much as possible, because this is not a very good killer. Obviously it's Myers. Ghostface, you could probably hold the candle. You could maybe try to get even 4Ks, on Larry's with Ghostface, but Myers is not Ghostface. You probably gotta prepare for the worst, right? So that's
Right.
exactly what Zaka is doing here. He's probably just going to try to get as many stages as humanly possible. And we're about to get ourselves into tier 2. Oh, wow. Look at that stock. We're already 99 on tier 3.
They did bring double stalk add-ons, so that does make sense.
Oh. Ooh, almost there. Swatter is playing this God palette, kind of like a God palette if he gets the stun on the right side, which
Right.
what happened. So Zaka knowing he has to break this as the window and the palette there, they're too strong together. Breaking it, getting out of the way, and we are going to be seeing the chase commence now onto Swatter in tier 3, activated really early on in the game here. This is insane. And even though Swatter has these vaults, they aren't... Oh, wait, did he hide in like the... I think he hid underneath him for a
Yeah,
second.
crouch teched him, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Very well played here by Zaka to have such an early down right in the middle of the game, right in the start of the match. And we barely have any... Well, okay, maybe I'm speaking too soon. That's like probably what? On 3 separate gens? Okay, yeah, we do have some good progress. Never mind.
Yep.
I lied. We do have some decent progress. But Zaka is revealing a couple perks here, which we can actually... I think I can actually reveal.
Oh, yeah.
Now the survivors will know. Agitation Iron Grasp. So
Basement Myers.
Yeah, he was dead set on making it to the basement.
That is so strong. And they got a little bit of tier 3 to spare. And your basement is right next to a gen. And with double stalk add-ons, now that I'm looking at it, yeah, you can literally just look at the basement. If they try to go for it, you stalk them to, you know, tier 3 because you got double stalk add-ons. This is actually... Is this rude?
Gens.
This feels rude.
Look at these gens as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What
This
am I
is
looking
insane.
at? Yeah, that's a beautiful gen setup. Oh my goodness. How do you fight this?
I don't know. I mean, clearly Eternal experimented with this a little bit in scrims and practice, and they realized how insane these Larry's gen setups can be. And look at these gens we have right next to the hook. Although the iPick was able to pop one of them, so that makes it a little bit less strong. But Zaka is actually completely content on just sitting right here, making sure that no one's getting the save, making sure that we get a second stage out of this, right? Which I think is pretty smart. The gen is regressing next to us, the gen with a lot of progress. So honestly, on Myers, right, we're not playing Blight, so it's not really like you're not expected to get a 4K. So Zaka is just gonna camp, you know, try to get as many stages as he possibly can. Is gonna find Zeno off guard here though. However, Zeno does not get M1. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. There's the M1. And Zeno kind of running back into him a little bit. Zaka not wanting to chase that still though, even with that bit of a misplay. And this is gonna go back to kind of camping his gen setup that he has here, as well as the basement hook. And remember that since we have these stock add-ons, if someone were to save Swatter from the basement, I think both of them would end up dying because we'd have the tier 3. The death on the healthy serve, and then I mean Swatter would kind of just be trying to make his way out of the basement, which I suppose he does have the god palette next to it, but it's still going to be difficult no matter which way you put it.
Yeah, but I
Wow.
don't know if you're gonna get this person. Yeah, this person's... I think they've accepted this person as dead, and the question is, can they break this gen? And they got... I think it's even a single gen on that backside, so even the gen that's the furthest away from a wall is single. Yeah.
This is rough. And this stock onto iPick as well. Wow, this is very rough. Although, I mean, it is Myers, and the gen setup is not... Like, you know, you have some distance between the gens, so it's not the worst situation. It is... I think it is doable. Whoa, not if that's what's going to happen, though. Zaka catching 2 people off guard, you know, saying, surprise, what's up? I'm here. And finding 2 survivors, getting his stock pretty much 99 for this tier 3. And Grenau is running pretty much back into the gen setup here, but Zaka is still not wanting to chase this. Gonna be trying to catch iPick off guard on one of these gens. And yeah, that is exactly what he's gonna do. iPick is gonna have to pull something crazy off here. Unless he has a god palette, which I think he does.
Yep, they do have a god palette, and they are going to use it. Not gonna break pop tier 3 just yet, as no reason to. The question... that gen looks like it's about 75% of the way done. No, not even 75, like maybe 50%. Going to be kicking it and moving on. I don't... Yeah, this gen is the furthest one from the situation. Or are they able to make this one work? No, it's these are both single gens?
Yep, 2 single gens, exactly. Yeah, and we know that Zeno is sitting on that gen in the distance. So, I mean, all I could say is good luck to Elysium. They're going to have to play very well here, not
Mhm.
make too many mistakes. And this is a difficult situation, not only because of the 3-gen, but because this is a stealth killer. And yeah, because of that as well, I should
Yep.
say. iPick pre-dropping this is going to have to try to make something out of nothing here, and is able to do so far. Zaka just opting to break this, and iPick is going to have to do his best to get as far away from this 3-gen as possible. And luckily for him, he has the God Palette right here. Zaka trying to zone him back into the map is going to be able to do so just so slightly. But, I mean, iPick still is without resources now, and I don't know what he's going to be able to pull off.
Yeah, and Myers is approaching, but oh my goodness, there was a pallet over here on this side. Did they last through this tier 3?
Well? No, I don't. Maybe. It's getting to that point. He does still have that pallet to the left. I don't know if he knows about it. Okay, he's just going to vault this pallet again, trying to make some distance. Bloodlust is building up, though. And I don't know if iPick is going to last the rest of the way. He does have this God pallet here, though. And Zaka knows he does not have the time for this. It's just leaving entirely, trying to maybe convert it down onto someone over here.
No, they got the call out.
So close. And there goes tier 3.
Wow. That call out was brutal. Elysium might actually be able to get this generator setup done. Looking around for the server that was working on this, but they do find the scratch marks over here at the center of the what is it, TV room?
Yeah.
But I say I don't know what the kids call it these days.
But either way, I mean, iPick, I have to say, iPick really just, I don't know how else to say this. He really just carried the game right there, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that down had came through, I mean, it would have been kind of difficult here for Zaka or for Elysium. We are looking around, trying to see if there's any other gem progress. They do get the reset off on the Xeno. This gen, about 20-30%. It's looking like. Okay, I overestimated. It seems like more like 15 now. But this gen right here is thumping.
It really is.
This is a position for sure that Zaka's in. I don't know. This is going to be a weird situation. I don't really see this too often, obviously. So this is going to be weird for sure. That's all I could really say.
No, absolutely. Again, I'm not even sure what the survivors can really. I don't know what their plan of attack is here because the gens are regressing. You can check those 2 single gens pretty quickly. I guess you just set one person up on each one. Check out what God palettes you have around you, what your loop's gonna be if they pop 2 or 3. You know how long it's gonna be. There is no Haribo in play. Like I don't know what the plan of attack here is now because yeah, you get tier 3 pretty quickly. They're already 99 again.
Wow. I mean, these tier 3s are just coming in so quickly. And Elysium is playing this very safely. They clearly don't want to give it down right now, as that would be a very rough spot to put themselves in. But they also need to work gens. They can't just respect the tier 3 too much, or else all their gen progress that they have built up is going to be gone. So I think iPick is going to have to... Oh, never mind. He does see the Myers, though. iPick does have this God palette to play, and Zaka knows he can't really chase this. So he is just going to leave this, as he knows iPick has a very powerful setup to use. Xeno is going to prevent the regression on this gen. There you go. And oh, he finds iPick though. iPick does have the God palette, but I don't know if he's enough distance to wrap this. This is tense. He's going up the stairs. He's trying to mind game him. Yeah, he went up the stairs. iPick realizes this though. Makes it back to the God. Oh my God, but he dropped down again. The vault. No.
Oh, that's brutal. Double I haven't seen a killer go up there twice. I've seen it once. I've never seen twice.
That is insane. Do they pop the gen in time though?
They're separated. They're on separate gens right now.
Oh, this is a very.
And they've got
I've
half
said
their
this so
tier
many
3.
times this game. This is such an interesting situation though. This gen is thumping, but I'm sure Xeno's is as well, right? Surely. What's the gen pro? What's it looking like? Let's see. Oh, he's off his gen. They're playing it safe. He doesn't want to pull this. He doesn't want to give a free down.
About to say you can't. You give a free down, it's over.
This is such an interesting situation to be in. There goes the tier 3 though. We do see the Uno come through, but Zaka is there to stock. How much stock? He's back to 99.
Oh my word.
Oh my goodness. He's back to 99. He just had it up. This is insane. These
double
stalking
stalk
add-ons are doing crazy work. I did not think they were this good.
Yeah, I have no idea how this... I can't believe this is working out so well for... I thought the survivors had it there for a second, but I guess these gens are just there's not a lot of call out corners, are there? You can't look down these aisles and see where they're coming from at any given time. Yeah, this is how much the Xenos gen was progressed, and okay, eventually the gen regression mechanic comes in, right? Like he's kicked these gens at least 3 or 4 times already.
5. I think that's 5 though. You still have a good amount, you know. It's kind of. This is rough. This. I don't even know. I don't even know who this is rough for. I mean, regardless, Zaka is already in a good spot as a Myers, right? He has 4 stages before all the gens are done. So I'd say this is already good for Zaka, but it could easily go in the favor of Elysium if they can manage to get the last gen and somehow manage the 3 out without any more stages. That would be very insane. The gen, iPick getting caught off guard here though, and all he has is this, quite frankly, garbage pallet. But Xeno with the head-on, that is such a huge head-on. But no, the tier 3, 99, and he is gonna get down. Zaka going straight for that pickup, has the hook right behind him, but he doesn't want to take this instead. Oh no, he's going for the base hook, isn't he? Oh my God, Elysium is in such a weird position right now. No, he's not going for the base hook, but he does have a hook right next to the gen with the most progress currently.
And they're going to be following up on Gren out.
Oh my God.
There's no God Pallet back here either. Oh, but there's no door.
This means the iPick has to go for the save though. Yeah, there you go. There's the save. And we are going to be seeing Gren out trying to take chase on a garbage pallet. He tries to get the stun. But yeah, he loses the 50. There's not much you can realistically do here. Another down comes through. Elysium's get double the last gen though. And there you go. Last gen is finally done. We have 6 stages going to the end game. And it is just a matter of what this no one escapes death can do. But we see Zaka hooking all the way in the basement. I think he might just decide to camp us the rest of the way out. I mean,
let's say that's 8 stages.
Does here. Yeah, that would be a very good result here on Myers.
Look at the Noed is. It's like right outside the basement.
Right there. Yeah, I mean, you weren't saving this regardless.
Yeah.
Like, even without the Noed. Imagine Zaka brought like Eruption instead of Noed here. I genuinely think he could have forked it.
That would have been insane.
Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, nah, they can't. They're too optimistic here. There's no way they're gonna try this, right? Yeah. Okay, there you go. They know.
Okay, but they'd see the aura, right? And so wait, you don't see the aura of Noed until you hit somebody.
I think you do. No, I think you do right off the bat now. So he could probably see it in the basement. I might be wrong, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure he can. Either way, I mean, regardless, you're not saving that out of basement against the tier 3 Myers. So it's probably just best to take your outs. 2k8, maybe Xeno will go God mode and clutch up the set for Elysium. But I mean,
all right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading back in for trial number 6 of set number 3. It is now Xeno's turn to see what they can do against Eternal Survivor Squad, and double stock add-ons once again. Strong Corrupt. What do you have to do differently here?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think you do anything differently than Zaka. You just try. Oh, he didn't see Spitz, did he? There we go. Now he sees him. Spitz was off to his left for a second there. And Xeno's try to get some stock. Oh, not able to. Takes his loss. Just breaks the pallet. It's a good God pallet to get out of the way.
True.
Might help him out later. So he's just going to take the break, leave, try to see if you can find someone to get some stock out of. Get out of tier 1 a bit quicker. He is taking a look around, trying to find any sign of life, trying to see if there's anyone around this area or if they haven't rotated yet. Yep, they have indeed rotated. Do hear some progress in that gen. And Xeno is still just having some difficulty trying to find people. It's almost like, I don't know. I mean, this is like a stealth killer. Survivors are usually trying to find out where he is, but at this point, it seems like they're the stealthers. He's trying to find out where they are. There we go. Finally. Get the find at the Dan. And some good stock coming in. Very nice.
About to say, trying to get as much of that tier 1 as possible out of the way. Still a little ways away. Not getting. About to say, you don't bother camping that pallet. It's going to give them more time. Trying to get more, about maybe 2/3 of the way through their stock meter, but still a ways to go. But I say, with that double stack on, this might be painful. Oh,
this is very rough. There we go. Bit of stock. All things considered, there isn't a lot of progress on gens, which is the good thing for Xeno right now. Wow, just a tiny sliver.
Yup.
Oh, okay. Actually, I know what that perk is now. Never mind.
About to say.
We did see the particles. Yep.
Yep. They find one survivor, and there's the tier 2 finally coming in. I'm about to say, bit of a late tier 2 compared to Zaka, so we'll have to see if they were able to make up the time.
We did see some scratch marks on that gen behind us. I don't know if Xeno realized it too, but that means that there's probably someone on that gen as well. We are trying to get some stock out of Dan. Dan with some fantastic pathing, though, making sure he's out of the line of sight of Xeno. And a little bit more stock. Almost tier 3. Very, very close. And Xeno is not going to leave this. He knows that he wants this down. Now onto Dan. We do see the pallet getting dropped here. This is a god pallet. We're going to get it out of the way. And Corrupt is now gone. So Xeno's going to try to find a survivor. Doesn't see anyone on this top side gen. Making his way back down the map to the gen he has already applied eruption to, as we can see by the yellow aura. And Xeno decides to not commit to this. He does some scratch marks, but he's going to try to find someone stealthing or maybe someone working a gen around this area. And wow, good amount of progress here as well.
Yeah, Survivor's playing this very, very safe, not taking any chances whatsoever. Another God Pal back here, but it's not even going to come into use unless... Oh my goodness, no way that worked.
Wow. Very nice double back from Xeno. And the tier 3 lunge is going to land us down onto Kexo. Xeno is not done, though. He wants more. He's going to be chasing our good friend Nightlight around this God Palette. Nightlight dropping that right away, not taking any chances. And is going to continue to chase onto Nightlight. He might split off here, though, as we do still have that God Palette in the library. And yeah, that's exactly what he's going to be doing. Going for the pickup now. Is there someone here? No, that would have been insane, though.
That would have been.
Xeno hook where the God Palette was, and I think another perk is going to be revealed. Yep. The damage generator at the top right. That is going to indicate the Scourge Pain Resonance. Some good progress over here on this gen as well. I don't think Xeno is interested in applying Eruption just yet, though. Is going to be making his way over to this gen that's already regressing, which is an interesting choice. Wait, where is this gen? That's across the map, right?
Yeah, but it was across the map.
Yeah, okay.
And it will be chased away preemptively by Myers. Yeah, coming back, just kicking some gens, applying Eruption around. This gen's about to fire, though, so it looks like this killer brought far more gen regression. Ooh, getting a little bit of stock onto Ada before walking away. They will get the unhook onto Kexo, but that area back there is a bit of a dead zone now. There's not a lot of pallets.
Yeah, for sure. There are barely any pallets on this side of the map. I will say, however, that we do have a decent gen setup, and I think Xeno is actually going to be tunneling, which is a very interesting choice from Xeno. He is going to be trying to tunnel Kexo out of the game. That's exactly what he is going to be doing. Kexo making his way into this library and does have the God Palette to use. Keep in mind, however, I think... No way, right? He makes that.
Yeah, he doesn't make it.
Xeno makes that. And if there's someone here, this is bad. No one here.
Nobody.
Xeno not opting for the basement, though, which is an interesting choice. Actually, is there... There's no basement there, is there?
Oh, and machine learning kicking in.
Activating. So Xeno actually with a bit of a ballsy build, I have to say, not bringing No One Escapes Death, going with a bit of unorthodox perks as, you know,
they're out of
typical
stock.
Xeno style. Yeah, wow, out of stock on Dan. That's kind of insane.
That is so unfortunate for them, yeah. They're going to be fast for a little bit longer, though. And if they can catch someone off guard, that'd be huge, but I don't think the Survivor's going to give that to them.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And still not wanting to apply Eruption. Now, you know, apply it. And Tier 3 is pretty close, I have to say. But we're not in the greatest of situations. If we're Xeno here, he is going to try to maybe secure Kexo to death. Yep, that's exactly what he's going to be doing. And if any survivor comes in for this, they are going to get insta-downs, as Xeno is very close to his full stock. I don't think anyone is here just yet. I think Eternal might be trying to play the 3v1. Xeno's just trying to make sure, though. He can't be giving this to them for free. Yeah, I don't think anyone's here, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, they're just going to be working on separate gens this whole time. It looks like Nia is keeping the killer honest a little bit, but...
Oh, I can't imagine. That would have been insane. But yeah, Eternal is just going to be accepting the 3v1. And that is not really a problem, I don't think. They are definitely still capable of meeting this win condition in the 3v1. And I think Nightlight was actually not just stealthing for the hook, he was actually stealthing for the gen. So he is probably back on that generator over there now. And yeah, we do see some scratch marks here, though. But they're running deeper in the map, actually. What is Xeno's thought process here? I think he is going to try to chase the survivor. Is this Dan? I think it is, right? Yeah, it does seem to be Dan. We do have our tier 3. I don't know if he necessarily intended to proc this, though.
Maybe, not sure. Last gen coming around.
He needs this down.
Oh my goodness, they held through it.
Oh,
So
Dan.
good.
So well played. He needs this down right now.
They really
He needs
do.
this
Getting
down
the
right
window.
now. The
Bloodlust
window,
kicking
though.
in.
Oh my god, he needs it right now. The tier 3 lunge. Doesn't go for it. Dan's still greeting.
That is so
This
insane.
is so tense. But this
Finally drop it. There's the eruption.
Down in Nightlight. Doesn't pop it in time. He's going to have to commit to Nightlight now.
Wait, there's both of them
serves
here.
were here. It was both.
Do they get anything?
God,
Is there
but
enough tier 3 left?
He does still have a god pallet right there. That is a god pallet. That Spitz is running through this room. It is a god pallet. The vault. Fake the tier 3 vault, maybe?
But they vault back.
No, no way. Triple? Oh,
Last second.
maybe?
Oh, they got the tier 3
that would've
lunge,
been
but
insane.
there's the stalk though.
He's stalking him though. Wow.
Look at that
Almost
stalk.
Tier 3 again though. What a tense game coming in here. Zeno is still trying to get the stock off onto Spitz, unable to do so fully.
Ooh.
But Nightlight, but I don't think he means to proc it though. I think he's doing it by mistake. I might be wrong, but yeah, I don't think he intended to do it. But Dan getting caught off guard here at this pretty not so great
This ain't
filler.
safe, no.
Wow.
Going
and
down, but
Zeno
there's no
with-
eruption on that gen in the corner.
I don't know if they popped that still though. There was quite a bit of regression that came through.
But
They
that's
do.
it. Wait,
But
there's the
machine learning.
10%.
Machine learning as well with the tier 3. Oh my god.
But it's a god
But
pallet.
Nightlight has this god palette, and Zeno is just gonna opt to break it. He needs these downs right now.
They really
Right
do.
in this exact moment, he needs these downs. He's chasing Nightlight. Nightlight has this window. He's gonna run up the stairs, has the god window, or I don't think he makes it.
That's it,
He
it's not
doesn't
enough.
make it. That's the down. If he can find Spitz right now, that will be the win.
But where would
This
Spitz
is
be?
such a difficult situation.
They're going for the pickup.
He's going for the pickup. And Dan is injured.
They know,
so I
though.
think
They see where both of them
Ooh.
are.
This is such an interesting situation. We now have a small Terradius again, though, so they're not gonna be able to tell where he's at. Maybe they're gonna try to reset. I don't know. I mean, they're definitely gonna try to split. Yeah, they're gonna split. Spitz is gonna run down this side of the map, and then Dan is gonna run down the other side of the map.
Oh,
yeah,
they're
he
out of
doesn't have enough stock. Doesn't have enough stock to get the tier 3 again.
Nope.
That's the max. And Dan, I don't know if you remember from earlier though, Dan is also fully stocked.
Mm-hmm. They got the pickup on Nightlight though.
Oh, but Nightlight is not fully stocked. Nightlight still has a little bit left.
True,
But machine learning is not up. I mean, this is rough now. Now all Eternal needs to do, they just need to force lockers, not get slugged, and this should be the win for them. Yeah, I think that is exactly what we're gonna be seeing. Actually, I mean, this is rough.
Yeah, but say
Yeah,
it's
that
8
door
on
is
that
open.
exit gate. They can't.
Nah, yeah.
It's not
That
enough.
is gonna be the 6th stage game. GG's.
Very, very close,
yeah.
but
Wow. What a match.
they almost had the comeback there. But yeah, just not quite enough to clutch it out. And yeah, Eternal will be taking the win here in set number 3. Oh, that was close.
That was a close game. That had me holding my breath most of the time. I wasn't even casting it out at some points. I was just wondering what was gonna happen. So this was an insane match. Very well played by both sides. Zeno just barely not having it. I think Dan just wasted so much time on that pallet, honestly.
It's very possible. They might also not have had a pain res. Because again, we see like the Trickster match.
That's
There's
true.
not a lot of pain res that was used. It was
Yeah,
only one,
yeah,
so that
yeah.
might have also been the costly factor here.
That was very unfortunate. That was very, very unfortunate.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 7, set number 4. It is Zeno piloting the Spirit on the Suffocation Pit. Okay, beautiful corrupt on main building side. I'll give him that.
Wow. Oh yeah, this is a fantastic corrupt. Perfect. We do have a 4-gen on the bottom side of the map, so Zeno's probably gonna want to try to take it down on that side of the map if it is possible to. Wait, actually, was there a 4-gen top that I didn't see? Wow, Zeno.
Beautiful shot.
Hearing the breathing of Renato. Very, very nice hit onto Renato there. And Zaka is just gonna be beelining his way down the map.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I was mistaken. It is a 4-gen top side. So,
Kind of.
ideally-
The middle gen is actually quite middle, but it is, yeah, leaning up towards
mid.
top, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
definitely
top
more of a
facing.
main building.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like I mean, either way, to be honest with you, this gen setup on the Shack side is not looking too good. Like, it's very spread gen setup. So, either way, I mean, a down is a down, but might not be as ideal as a down on the top side of the map. Zaka dropped. He won, but he lost.
Oh, no!
Oh, my God. That is insane. Does Zaka have Shack Palace or no?
No, they dropped it. They
right?
pre-dropped.
Wow. Zeno just barely missing that phase. But that's going to be huge that he missed that. And
Winning the Z
getting the
wall?
vault on the Z wall, Zaka just wasted so much time. This is very similar to the Unknown game where Zeno is just losing a lot of time in this edge map.
Mm-hmm.
And Zaka's going to be dying all the way corner while our good friends from Eternal are tripling this gen out of the way. And that is a very smart decision on this map as it limits what the killer can do. Now you could safely work these gens opposite side of the map without any pressure from the killer, unless the killer just wants to, completely give up the hook pretty much. And Zeno trying to, snipe someone in the locker. Unfortunately,
Can you imagine
there.
someone rotated there?
That would have been insane. That would have been game ending right there. So,
It really could have.
It's worth a check. Zeno, I don't think he really realized that they tripled that first gen out. So he maybe anticipates that someone was already stealthing on the Shack side of the map, and he's just looking around. He's just trying to make sure that no one's around here. I think he is gonna plan to secure the survivor into the second stage, although Dan is lurking nearby. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Deliverance is not allowed versus Spirit, right?
I forget. I want to say it might be allowed.
I don't
versus
think
Spirit.
it is. If it was, it would be on Dan, I believe, unless Zaka is the one that has it. But yeah, I mean, either way, the save just came through for free, which is insane. I kind of feel like we didn't really realize that. But yeah, the save coming through for free here is quite bad for Eternal, or for Elysium, sorry. But Dan is here with the flashlight, and Zeno's just gonna be going for this pickup. Is that decisive?
No decisive either.
Right. Is there DS allowed? Actually, I think there might not be.
It might not actually be. I forget. Yeah, I know that we actually redid the balancing for Spirit recently since she's been dropped down so far out of the. Yeah, she's no Blight or Nurse by any means. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they actually interrupt this gen from finishing.
Wow, that's huge too. That's gonna be the eruption applied. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but the aura will be yellow anyway, so my fault. But yeah, that is eruption applied. I guess I already said it. So now Zeno is gonna be taking a look around main building, trying to find if he can locate any survivors around this area, and is just trying to make sure he doesn't go too far away from the survivor. I think that's the best play here because you don't want to allow an FTP. And an unhook is fine. FTP is not fine.
Absolutely.
So Zeno's just camping the gen, camping the hook, trying to make sure that our Renato dies here on the hook.
Yep, and it looks like Ada was able to rotate to the back of main, working on the gen. And yeah, that gen is just progressing this whole time. Question is, do you try and rotate last second, or do you just do what Eternal does and it's like, sorry, Zaka, you're just gonna hang out on hook there, buddy.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're doing actually.
Might be the second. Oh,
Ooh, they're thinking about it.
He is getting closer. The FTP player is on main, so the FTP is out of the question. Okay, yeah, and this survivor's dead. So Zaka's gonna be dying on the hook.
Yep.
Zeno's phasing down the map. Is gonna try to locate a survivor. Ooh. We do see who is that right there?
That's Ace.
That is Dan.
They find Dan.
And Dan is holding that sprint burst. Perfectly timed vault for Zeno, by the way, as he baited the sprint burst out from Dan. And Dan just completely mixing up the killer, but he does see the gen with a whole lot of progress. And Dan with fixated. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. He just completely lost him right there. Very well played by Dan.
Ooh, they find Ada though.
The phase. Shh. Let's hear. No, again,
no
did not hear. I was trying to be a little bit quiet. Maybe Zeno would be able to hear that way, but unfortunately, he was not able to hear where Ada went. Ada just pre-dropping all these pallets, making up the map, and Zeno is now gonna be just phasing back towards this gen over here. Doesn't want to let Dan pop it for free. Did he ever kick it actually?
I don't think they kicked it, and Dan's on a completely different gen.
Yeah, but there is a bit of progress here, and I do think that's enough for him to sniff him out. If I'm not wrong, he might try to find him now. No, he does not. All right, so Dan is going to be stealthing edge map while Zeno is just trying to locate a survivor. However, the more time that passes, the worse for Eternal, as these gens are currently regressing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I did say this earlier, and I will repeat it. this bottom side gen setup is not the greatest. It's very split.
Yep.
And even if it was better, it is Spirit. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying that in a negative way, that Spirit is not really too great at holding 3 gens as she used to be.
Yeah, essentially you
So
need to get it down in the between these 2 gens and then try and patrol it. Yeah, taking a hit and going back towards main side.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not really sure how you hold this over a long period of time.
I don't think you can. I think you just need to make something happen with Eruption, get someone on the hook, and just try to get as much, I don't know, as much pressure as you can. I guess what I wanted to say really quickly though is that you notice how Spitz is not taking any chances, just BLing. Even if he has to BL in front of Xeno's face, he is not letting himself go down on the same side as the map. Oh,
Oh,
wow,
man.
Xeno a bit ambitious here. And Dan is still just holding the sprint burst. Wow!
Yup.
But Xeno with a nice swing, and Dan is not able to sprint burst in time. The phase is going to be following very soon. Shh. Let's see.
Beautiful read.
Nice from Xeno. Fantastic read. And that is going to be the eruption onto Nightlight. But Nightlight is able to prevent the gen from regressing very, very quickly there, actually. That was very well played by Nightlight.
True.
Don't let the gen regress too much.
Yeah, and we see it's on the other gen by Hill. Must say, this is a really good spot for a hook, too, just because it is so far removed from any safety.
Oh, yeah. If he gets unhooked, then he is in a whole lot of trouble. Although I will say it is a double-edged sword, as it is very likely that when he gets unhooked, the Spirit will probably be like farther away. And Xeno might want like a closer to the center hook of this 3-gen. That way he can properly monitor all these gens. Because, I mean, look at this progress. Oh, wait. Did he barely not see him? He barely didn't see Nightlight. That is huge. And yeah, I mean, as I just said, Spirit now is going to be phasing over to this Farge. Oh, never mind. Oh, but he does find Nightlight.
Yeah,
Nightlight has the
got him
chase
out.
marks. But Nightlight is going to be getting the unhook in time. And Spitz, I think, will pop that gen before Nightlight is able to get this down. So I think that is going to be... Oh my god! Xeno not making the swing though. And Nightlight is going to continue this chase over at the jungle gym. I think that Spitz is going to pop the gen in return for this down. The live comes through. But oh my god! The insane swing comes through from Xeno that unfortunately does not connect onto Nightlight. And Nightlight now is wrapping the jungle gym, trying to extend this chase as long as possible. We do see Spitz running right in front of us. And the phase comes through. Nightlight forcing the locker. Wait, is Xeno a bit confused or what's going on here?
They may not want to. Oh, they both get out.
Oh, no way. And he downs Nightlight. And yeah, that is going to be the 7th-stage result with 3 fresh.
That is insane coming in from Eternal. They did so well at that end game. Again, 2 near misses onto Nightlight. Like, feeling on the back of their neck that swing, just not able to get it.
Yeah, I mean, that is...
It's not impossible for Elysium to hold this result, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a reason why Xeno brought Noed.
Yeah.
This is definitely, I would say, a more Survivor-sided map for, like, especially against Spirit. Like, this is not really a great map for Spirit.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are loading in what could be the last trial or the tie-breaking point. We'll just have to wait and see how Zaka pilots the Spirit. Loading on main builds. Complete opposite corrupt intervention. What am I? Is that a 4-gen on? That's a 4-gen on Shaq's side.
Is it? Yeah, it seems more like kind of the similar situation last game where we had the bot mid gen, or like sorry, the top mid gen. It seems like a 3-gen, then a mid gen, and then the 3-gen's top. But the mid gen is definitely sided. I mean, yeah, you could even just call that bottom, honestly.
Yeah.
Just call that Shaq. So.
Ooh, finding Pedro.
Oh, Pedro is a very insane survivor in chase though. Is that sprint burst? It is indeed.
Look at
very,
the
very well
patience.
played.
They didn't even drop the pallet.
That was very well played by Pedro. He waited to use his sprint burst there as well. And I think that the survivors of Team Elysium have already identified that there is a forge on the bottom side of the map. And he is just making his way up the map. Very nice job here from Pedro. Oh my god. This is just not who you want to chase, if I'm going to be really honest here. He's just such an insane player. Making his way around main building. Double vault. Pallet drop. The pre-drop is going to come through. Zaka going to promptly break that. Continue this chase around main. Double back. Trying to catch Pedro off guard a little bit. And is able to do so, actually. Pedro just fully took his distance. And I think he's now going to be dying in the corner. Not taking any chances. Wanting to waste as much time as humanly possible. and I would not be surprised if we see that bottom mid-gen pop from earlier. Yep, there it is. I don't
It's
know if
being
that's a
tripled
triple,
like
though.
before.
It is. Wow. Top 2 teams, top 2 strategies, I guess. They're going to use the exact same strategy, instantly doubling out, or sorry, not doubling, tripling that first gen out of the way. And now it looks like they're about to try to 3-split. Am I mistaken here?
Kind of, yeah. Now you've got the same issue because there's still a 3-gen on top side.
Yeah.
And you've got a hook in the middle of it. I'm curious to see how they try and come back from this. Again, there is now 1 stack of Dying Light, which servers are well aware of. 3% slower on the gen speeds, except for Swatter. They're suspecting someone rotating around, kind of similar to Xeno.
Yeah.
Checking the corners, making sure nobody's going to rotate in for an easy unhook here. But I think the survivors are just going to be content to jam out gens and let them go second.
Yeah, I have to say, this is one of those like interesting situations that comes up in comp where the killer has to kind of take this gamble, right? Whether or not they believe someone is playing for the unhook or if they have no one. And Elysium has actually won this gamble. They are all working the gens. They don't have anyone set up for the save. They are completely fine with Pedro progressing into the second stage here. And it seems like we are going to be seeing the second stage in return for about 3 gens worth of progress. When he gets the second, it will be a little bit close, actually.
Yep.
But with time, we will reach the 3 gens pops, which puts us in a scenario where we have a second stage, we have a 3 gen, but the 3 gen is all we have. There's not going to be any other gens as Zaka makes his way down the map. He might be able to interrupt this gen over here. That's very close to that mid portion of the map. Yep, he's going to be phasing. The gen pops off in the distance, and he is going to be... Oh, the blast mine, though! Another gen popping off as well. At this point, Zaka should have identified that there is indeed a 3-split, and he lost the gamble. So now he's going to be seeing these scratch marks going for the unhook, and I think that they might just not want to unhook this. I don't know what they do. Honestly, I guess that was the most open opportunity you had to get the unhook. So they are just going to be taking it. And with a bit of the phase being used already, Pedro beelining his way down the map, has his Paladin to drop, is going to drop it. And
But you just falling under it. Yeah, you can get a stun.
Yeah, he died on it, actually. I thought he dropped it. I don't know why. But yeah, we are going to be seeing... Oh, the pickup. Do they get this?
No, they don't.
Elysium. That's so bad for Elysium. I think they just expected Zaka to fully respect it, and they were unfortunately not able to profit off of this. And that's so bad now, because now we have an injury, we have a 3 gen, and we have a spirit. However, one thing I will say is that there is a perk missing from our collection here that would be very useful to have. We can count our perks here, and I mean, yeah, there is no eruption, so
yeah,
this is not as good of a situation as it might have been with eruption.
True.
To be honest there.
So now the question is, do you have enough resources topside, and do you like, obviously, like, main building pallet's gone. How do you fight this? Because like those 2 gens are just super close to each other. I don't know how you fill that out. Obviously, survivors go back, reset, come back. Elysium's no stranger to the 3v1, but this early of a 3v1 with 2 stacks of Dying Light on 2 of your survivors is gonna be tough.
This is gonna be really rough. I mean, this is still either team's game, though. Like, this is 100%. Elysium is still in this. They just need to get their resets off, get everyone in a position to get on the gens. We see Xeno here has that deja vu, is able to locate all the gens, so he can call them out to his teammates. And most likely what they're going to be doing is they're going to be deciding on 2 gens that they will be splitting. One person is going to have their own gen, other 2 people are going to double. And yeah, I think Xeno might be that solo player as he's running up the map. Yeah, and we do notice that Zaka has been made aware of this.
Yep.
He is seeing Xeno running up the map. And I believe, I might have been wrong, actually. They might just be soloing. I'm not sure, honestly.
But I say, as soon as someone takes a hit, you gotta like body block from them, because if it's a double tap against Spirit on this kind of scenario, you're just out of luck at that point.
This is just such an unfortunate situation. I have to say, like, Xeno just had a much worse gen setup to play around than Zaka does here. Zaka has, wow, I mean, look at this gen setup. This is insane. And it seems like Zaka is trying to wait until his phase is back in order to hit Xeno so that he could 2-tap him. But Xeno just taking his distance down the map. He's going to be able to do exactly that. Swatter. Ooh, very well played. He has overcome, so he does not have to worry too much. And now I think Zaka is going to be committing to this. He knows that he has the 2 injuries. It's time to get it down. It's time to commit. And Swatter, oh, I don't think he makes this. Does he? Ping? Oh! But he gets mind game around the God Rock. And that is going to be the down. And he does see Zeno. But he is just going to go for the pickup. And we do know that iPick is working that gen up on the top side of the map. But this is suddenly a very bad situation for Elysium. Bro, I mean, I have to say, the pallet save not coming through onto Pedro was just such a game changer. And I mean, now we're in trouble. Now we are in a lot of trouble if we're Elysium here.
Yep. Zeno has to play this absolutely perfectly. They have to waste so much time.
Wow.
And they don't.
The short phase. And the pickup.
That might be the end.
Is iPick just working the gen? iPick is just working the gen. He knows they have to pop it right now.
Yep.
But like, there's no deliverance in play. Unbreakable is on the hook. Wow, this is a rough situation. Another stack of Dying Light as well, gonna slow us down even more. And I mean, iPick has no choice but to just pop the gen and then try to make something happen. I don't know.
But I say Spirit's just like hanging out, and then now you've got an even bigger problem. You can't get these unhooks.
Wow. What do you even say about this situation?
They're not popping the generator. They might be wary of Noed, actually. They might be worried that the Noed's going to stop them from getting the unhook, so they go and try and get an unhook going. But now you have to unhook Swatter. You have to get Xeno out. You can't give him any more stages. Like, if Ada dies and gets traded, you still lose.
This is an intense situation.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they get this.
Here.
Yeah, you got to go for Xeno. Lythe is going to get them to the basement.
It's not going to be a trade, but it is going to be a tag onto iPick. But iPick, I mean, okay, Xeno's got to take the body block now, which is what he's doing. iPick goes for the vault. Someone has to get this unhook as well onto Swatter.
Yep.
And the gen is 9-9. Wow. Wait, Xeno? What is Xeno?
I don't know what's going on. Was it bait?
Oh my god. I don't know. Wait, I don't know. I think Xeno might have sold a little bit.
Might be it might be a mistake here. Ada run back to get to probably, you know, kick up the gen. Oh no, Ada's here.
Oh, she gets found.
Swatter progresses to death hook.
That's so unfortunate.
That is looking like it's lights out.
4K1. Yeah. The
Yep.
4K1 and Zaka very happy, looking up to the sky. Very happy for his win, and he is now going to be crowned the champion of Season 11 here in Champions of the Fog.
Absolutely. Really, really well played to both these teams. GG to Elysium, but congratulations to Team Eternal on their victory here in Season 11 Grand Finals. It was close, and even this result, if it wasn't for the fact they knew they had to get so many stages out, I feel like it was a lot closer. But again, that win con being such a high one, again, if they got maybe 1 or 2 more stages, it would have been more manageable. But, and again, not to count out Zaka. Zaka played this Spirit game ruthlessly.
Yeah, he did. He did play very well. Some major points though throughout the game was the I have to say that the pallet save not coming through was just so unfortunate. They played such a good 4v1 up until that moment, right? They tripled the gen. They won the gamble. They were able to pop 3 gens for the first chase, or for the second stage. It's not the first chase, obviously. For the second stage, they were able to pop the 3 gens. But then after that, what happened was just very unfortunate. They got the unhook, which again was a good play, but after that, the down on the pallet came through, and Xeno was just not in position. We saw Xeno with the flashlight, but he was just a bit too far, and that was the difference between, honestly, the win for Elysium in the set and the loss. So yeah, that is going to be the 3-1 victory for Eternal.
So it's interesting you brought up the pallet save. Elysium was actually bluffing. Neither of the survivors hovering that pallet had sprint burst. The survivor under the pallet that was down had sprint burst. So they were bluffing, and Zaka realized it and went for it.